Aloha. I wanted to make a quick video in reference to how the the storyline of this presidential selection stuff that's out there, and I wanted to just make it real quick just to share kind of like how I'm observing the story and the obviousness within this entire video is that this whole presidential stuff is all just a sham anyway, but it's still a part of our storyline as a whole. People still believe in the story, and there's an energy and a power that's being that is a part of that story, and it's there. So it also is heavily linked into how we understand our reality. Just like the politics is only in power under the illusions of the university system, the NASA program, the CERN agenda, the alien agenda, the military-industrial complex, the prison-industrial complex. All this stuff exists in order to maintain the headpieces of a Donald Trump and a Hillary Clinton and a Barack Obama and a George Bush and so on and so forth. So having that all existing, I wanted to just share real quick how I'm seeing this movie reel be played along. So like in the last video I mentioned, the actors within each movie are cast. That's actually, they're casting a spell on whoever's watching that movie. There's an intention there. It's an actual alchemy, these movies and music. These are vibrations, psychological programs. They're like the actors read, the actors that are cast in a movie read a script. They're reading a script. A script is like a prescription drug. It's an actual chemical, a psychological chemical to make you think and act a certain way. So the movies make you vote a certain way. The TV shows make you think and act and vote a certain way. They make you believe certain things. These talk show hosts, Saturday Night Live, they make you feel a certain way about certain things. So what I wanted to share is how the whole storyline that's being played is making us feel a certain way, and really what each individual has made us feel like and what that actually means outside of the individual and into the understanding of the storyline itself. So Hillary Clinton at the bare bones represents the old system, plain straight out the gate. She is working hand in hand with the bankers, the old dead system. That's what she represents. And the only way that they can hide that she represents the old system is if she's brought up with the distraction of a Donald Trump, and also oh my God, we could have a first woman president. Things are changing. So there's these whole false positives that are being sold to the collective as something real, like real positive. It's not. It's the dead system. So just imagine if another Democrat was there, straight Democrat, not a Bernie Sanders, because Bernie Sanders was installed in order to make the Hillary Clinton first female president, same old song, individual, raise her stakes in the engagement of being president, or selling points basically. He was there to build her up, distract, pump everybody up to get involved in the system as a whole, because that's mainly what it's about, making people believe in the system. And in order to channel that energy into her, and then to have people engage in the system as a whole. So once people engage in the system, that's all they need. That's the hook. That's all they needed. So really, the old system is already dead. The mainstream media is dead. That is a direct shield and a sword for the system itself. Once those those systems have been removed naturally over time by just people being aware of information and the corruption of the system itself. The system, how I'm seeing it, needs to shift gears. It needs to change. It needs to expand in some kind of way. So the expansion won't be with more of the same with a Hillary Clinton. So one way they could expand it, if they put her in there and then take her out, because like charge her with a crime, and then you know that we can rally behind the fact that a politician's being not only just a politician, but the president of the United States is being prosecuted for her crimes against the people, is one way, and then bring in this new global agenda, or whatever it is. And then another way is to rally people up, because that's a way to rally people up. This is what the system needs. Like when Trump was talking about the elections being rigged, that's another way to make people believe in the system. If he were to get elected, it's only rigged if she gets elected. But if he gets elected, it's not rigged. So that mentality gets shared and amplified, which actually makes you believe in the system, or the regular Joe believe in the system still. So they can just play that movie out for as long as whatever. Another way is so he gets elected, people believe in the system, they turn it into a TV show, which it already is, and it'll be something entertaining. So now you'll have a rally point behind. Now he's already the bad guy. But if you already have a bad guy, then you have a movie people want to watch if you turn him into a good guy. And they already have that primed with the whole idea of, well, we got a president. I mean, the people elected him, so, we just got to do what we got to do and just keep trucking along because we're America. And they'll actually have a rally point to actually do that with this whole Make America Great Again shit, and him pushing the Americanism agenda and so-called being against the globalism agenda, which is, it's the same shit. So this is like a new version of what the old system is, and just kind of revamping the industrial age for today, which is the technological age, and bring more jobs and law and order and all this shit, and bring all this back, make America. That's what this whole thing, it makes more sense to me. However they play it, whether they kind of amplify it on the Americanism platform or the globalism platform. Now, being that the globalism platform still exists, will continue to exist, it will continue to need to be expanded and activated, I am seeing that, well, it could be expanded either way with the Donald Trump and they expand the globalism agenda, being that the president doesn't have any power anyway. So it's just going to be whatever happens. So they expand the globalism agenda around the Americanism storyline of Make America Great Again, which makes the American, so-called American, this is really just the United States. It's not America. I just use it because people refer to understand it. But anyway, the leaders of the global agenda with the facade of an Americanism idea, and this will also create a better perspective of the bad guys. So now he's already said that he'll try to prosecute Hillary Clinton and whoever else, and that will make him a good guy. So you make him a good guy after a while, and then people will rally, and all they got to do is adjust the mainstream media around that platform to make him the good guy now that he's going against. They adopt the storyline of the conspiracy theorists. Now this is how they adjust the entire storyline as a whole to make the distraction bigger. So meanwhile, whatever happens, that's how it's looking, how I'm seeing it, as far as the possibilities for whether they elect a Donald Trump or select a Donald Trump or select a Hillary Clinton, which will just be more of the same. It'll just be just a bunch of angsty people. Just it'll be neutral. It'll be just a regular, just same old shit. We can't do anything. But since all these systems are imploding so bad, or they're imploding. So many of the systems are imploding around the idea of the same old song, which is a Hillary Clinton, including Hillary Clinton herself being revealed by WikiLeaks and Anonymous for her crimes. It makes more sense that they would try to install the idea of greatness, even though it's great with a bag of shit like Donald Trump. But it's greatness, and it's they're gonna have to rally behind that anyway. And it's always about how the story gets told, and it's really about the entertainment value. If Trump gets elected, this will be just like he already said. If he doesn't get elected, he'll do the Trump TV. If he does get elected, it will be Trump TV. It will be a real world sort of. I can't think of the name of that style of television. You know what I'm talking about. Those shows that are supposedly based upon reality. Anyway, yeah, so it's really about focus, energy, you engaging in your. Nobody's going to want to pay attention or give a shit about a Hillary Clinton if she gets elected. And it'll just be dead. It'll just be whatever. So they could put her in there and then remove her later on to activate the global agenda with whatever the next agenda is. Or they can bring Trump in and play the entertainment value and then make him into a hero, which makes America into a hero because it's now great again. Or they can just do the opposite and put him in there and then take him out and then bring in the global agenda same way. But what makes more sense is the entertainment value to me right now. I don't really give a shit what they do in a sense, because it ultimately will never measure up to what the individual and the collective amplification of their connection with nature and spirit and understanding of these whole storylines as a whole will do it outside of the box. See, all that stuff exists inside that box. These celebrities telling you to vote, they want you to live in a box to keep them in power. The system, the university system, is in a box. News in a box. Alternative news in a box. The New Age agenda, that's just like wanting to wait for the rest of the aliens to come and save them, or wait for whatever to do whatever it is. It's a waiting game, and in that waiting game, you're just being entertained. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share in reference to this show that's being played right now, and the pieces on the board, and kind of like what the pieces, what the possibilities of the pieces on the board, what the so-called they can do. Because I'm still thinking that Obama is going to be played in some kind of way, whether he's in office or out of office. He will be needed to engage in this reality in some kind of way. And they won't just let that go. It'll mean the global agenda means to continue to expand. And since the mainstream media it's dead already, they need to get another way to suck people in. And the entertainment value, the emotional body, is another way to suck people in and make people watch that television. Obviously, look at what's happened within the last few months. Every single day, something is mentioned about Trump. So what do you think's going to happen when he becomes president? It'll be that same thing. What did the president do? What are we doing? And if now, the perspective will have to be in a positive light. Because just like Hillary was asking Trump, will you support the selection or the election process if she gets elected? And he was like, well, I'll just I'll just have to see then. That's a thing. That's a mentality within the politics itself. You have to support it. So the news, if Trump gets elected, the news will have to support him. The politicians will have to support him. Everything will have to support him. And what is not good about trying to support making America great again? That's the most bland, simple ass shit that's out there. But for the system, it'll work. Because it's something, it's an entertainment value. Okay, now how are you going to make America great again? Then he doesn't really have to do much. They just have to put it on the news to make it however. So I don't know. That's just how it's like laid out on the chessboard, how I'm seeing it. And it'll all be a game show. It's all a show anyway, and that makes more sense. Regardless of whatever happens, it doesn't really matter whether they elect Trump or Hillary or leave Obama in and do some global expansion. It'll all be about the global expansion because it all still exists within the colonial program. We have these labels like globalism, Americanism, Democrats and Republicans, but all of these systems still exist within the colonial program, and not a damn one of these systems are addressing the colonial program and the post-Columbian era genocide and massacres of the indigenous and aboriginal people across the earth plane. None a damn one of them are mentioning this. So, and it really doesn't matter in the grander scheme of things, but it is part of the storyline as a whole. So the more we are aware of the systems before they get active, the more the better prepared we will be in reference to how the systems will get played out, and the easier it'll be for this system to implode within itself in its own weight. The synthetic world can't exist in the organic reality. It'll implode within its own weight. It's already doing that. So it's really about like how informed we will be of our natural harmonics and what we will do day by day and overall in reference to the natural story as a whole. So yeah, like I said, like this synthetic world, this presidential selection stuff, I mean, it's part of the implosion of the old systems. It exists in some kind of way. It's an energy, but that really doesn't take away from our responsibilities as conscious beings, or just human beings in one sense, or however you want to, whatever you want to label yourself as. Excuse me. Like, what are we gonna do? So that's pretty much all I had in reference to this story. I just wanted to share it because all of that stuff was existing as far as the global story, the so-called New World Order, the New Age agenda, the alien agenda, the Trump story, Make America Great Again, the old story with Clinton. I just wanted to lay that out and to show how those pieces, what they really represent on the board and what it looks like, and that entertainment value of a Trump, which has already been primed, and how the shifting of polls it'll have to adjust if Trump gets elected. And yeah, however whatever happens. That's just how I was seeing it. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, from all my relations, peace, love, and harmony.